Shalom and good evening. This is TV7 Israel News broadcasting to you from Jerusalem. And in today's top stories, Defense Minister Avigdor Lieberman declares that Israel would not allow Syria to become a forward outpost against the State of Israel, while emphasizing that the IDF is well prepared and ready for any scenario. French President Emmanuel Macron says he has invited Lebanon's Prime Minister Saad al-Hariri and his family to France, seeking to defuse a brewing crisis in the Middle East. Israel offers medical aid via the Red Cross to victims of the disastrous earthquake on the border region of Iraq and Iran, which claimed the lives of more than 400 people and wounded countless others. Defense Minister Avigdor Lieberman completed a two-day tour of Israel's borders with Lebanon and Syria, where the Israeli top defense official was briefed by officers about the developments on the ground and the IDF's readiness to confront the various challenges. At the end of the tour, Minister Lieberman declared that Israel would not allow Syria to become a forward outpost against the State of Israel, and warned Israel's enemies that anyone who has not understood that should better understand, while emphasizing that the IDF is well prepared and ready for any scenario. The Israeli defense minister also took the opportunity to once again reiterate Jerusalem's position, in which Israel maintains absolute freedom of action, and the only considerations guiding it is the State of Israel's security considerations, including with respect to Iran. Lieberman further underlined that Israel simply will not allow a Shiite entrenchment and an Iranian entrenchment in Syria. A senior Israeli defense official told TV7 that Minister Lieberman's statement was made as a direct response to statements made this week by Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov, in which he defined the Iranian presence in Syria as legitimate. The official asserted that the statements by Minister Lavrov has shown Moscow's true face. He explained that despite Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's ongoing efforts to win over Russian President Vladimir Putin to appease and please him, Russia has made it clear that it is not an ally of the Jewish state, but rather is willing to cooperate with Israel merely on a tactical level to prevent a military clash with the IDF in Syria, but on a strategic level, the Russians' interests of safeguarding the Assad regime takes clear precedence over Israel's security interests. Meanwhile, the Russian Defense Ministry has once again released footage of its long-range bombers successfully conducting aerial strikes on what Moscow said were Islamic State targets near the town of Al-Bukamal, located in Syria's Deir al-Zor province. The statement revealed that 6 Russian Tu-22M3 bombers took off from bases in Russia and overflew Iran and Iraq before launching the strikes in Syria. The ministry said the planes had bombed Islamic State supply depots, militants, and armored vehicles, and that satellite and drone surveillance had confirmed that all of the designated targets had been destroyed. An intelligence analyst monitoring the Russian involvement in the Syrian conflict told TV7 that the Russian airstrike, which was the second time this month in which Moscow has used its long-range strategic bombers, has once again shown Russia's resolve to provide the Assad regime with a strategic advantage. The analyst, who asked to remain anonymous because he was not permitted to talk on the matter, claimed that Russia's latest actions indicate Moscow has decided to step up its efforts to assure that the Syrian regime of President Bashar Assad, together with its allies, would create a reality on the ground that would provide Damascus with leverage during a much-anticipated internationally backed political process that would ultimately allow President Assad to secure his rule over the war-torn country. Now back to Jerusalem, where Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced in a televised statement that Israel has offered medical aid via the Red Cross to victims of the disastrous earthquake on the border region of Iraq and Iran, which claimed the lives of more than 400 people and wounded countless others.
My heart sank when I saw pictures from this great earthquake on the Iranian-Iraqi border. I saw mothers and fathers searching for their children buried under the rubble from this horrible earthquake. As a father, as an Israeli, as a Jew, I wanted to help. That's why yesterday I instructed that Israel offer medical aid via the Red Cross to victims of this disaster.
The Israeli leader emphasized that while Israel is an enemy state of the Islamic Republic of Iran, it has no quarrel with the people of Iran, but rather only with the regime that calls for the annihilation of the Jewish state.
Israel has no quarrel with the people of Iran. We never have. Our only quarrel is with the cruel Iranian regime, a regime that holds its people hostage, a regime that threatens our people with annihilation.
Netanyahu stressed that too many times in history the world failed to do the right thing when it comes to assisting people in need, also when it came to the Jewish people, a reality that caused a special sensitivity within the Jewish state.
Too many times in my people's history, the world failed to act when it could. The world failed to do the right thing. So we have a special sensitivity to help those in need. And today, Israeli technology and medicine is saving lives around the world. We will continue to offer sympathy and support to victims, no matter where they're from, even if their regime and their governments don't care for them as much as they care to hate us.
Now in other news, French President Emmanuel Macron said he has invited Lebanese Prime Minister Saad al-Hariri and his family to France, seeking to defuse a brewing crisis in the Middle East. Hariri announced his abrupt resignation as premier 12 days ago from the Saudi capital Riyadh, propelling Lebanon to the front of a regional contest for power between Saudi Arabia and Iran. President Emmanuel Macron said the invitation was not an offer of political exile and called it an act of friendship.
Je me suis entretenu avec le prince héritier Mohamed Ben Salman et avec le Premier ministre Saad al-Hariri. Et nous sommes convenus que je l'invitais pour quelques jours en France avec sa famille. C'est aussi un geste d'amitié, une volonté marquée de la France de contribuer au retour au calme et à la stabilité au Liban.
Lebanese President Michel Aoun, who has refused to accept his prime minister's resignation, accused the Saudis of holding Hariri hostage and called it an act of aggression against Lebanon. Nevertheless, Saudi Arabia has vehemently denied the allegation of detaining Hariri or forcing him to resign his post.
الرئيس الحريري عايش في المملكة العربية السعودية بإرادته وهو قدم استقالته وفيما يتعلق بعودته للبنان هذا أمر يعود له ويعود لتقييمه للأوضاع الأمنية وهو اللي يتخذ هذه القرارات. الاتهام من المملكة تحجز على رئيس وزراء أو رئيس وزراء سابق غير صحيح وبالذات شخصية سياسية حليفة للمملكة مثل الرئيس رفيق الحريري الرئيس سعد الحريري فهذه الاتهامات لا أعلم ما هو أساسها لكنها مرفوضة ولا أساس لها ولا حقيقة لها.
A Saudi official told TV7 that Prime Minister Hariri made it clear in his statement that he was willing to withdraw from his decision to resign only if the Shiite Hezbollah organization would respect Lebanon's policy of disassociating itself from regional conflicts in support of its patron, the Islamic Republic of Iran, and would turn away from its aggressive conduct and commit to Lebanon's laws. Thank you for watching us. You can also watch us at TV7israelnews.com or TV7.fi. For any comments, please send your emails to israelnews@tv7.fi. For more updates from Israel and the region, please join our Facebook page at TV7 Israel News. Praying for the peace of Israel and the peace of Jerusalem. I'm Jonathan Hassan. Have an Erev Tov. We'll see you again tomorrow at the same time.
In order to donate to TV7 Israel News, please follow these simple steps. First, press the Donate logo, located at the bottom left side of TV7 Israel News Facebook page, or on the Donate tab at the head of the page. Then insert the amount you'd like to donate, and fill in your credit card information. Just like this. And press Review Donation and continue. After reviewing your donation details, please press Donate to finalize your donation. That's it! Your donation is now complete, and an email with your donation details has been sent to your email address. You can also print your donation receipt by pressing the link here. Thank you for supporting TV7 Israel News.